when you look back at your life, I don't know about you, but for me, when I look back, like there are moments where I can see like there are things that were happening to me and in the moment it felt like the end of the world. And now that I have overcome them, now that they are behind me, I can look back and say, damn, I absolutely see why that had to happen. Like, I absolutely see why I had to lose those people. I absolutely see why I had to learn those lessons. I need you to dig really deep and find those moments in your life where that's true for you, where you can look back and you can say, damn, this had to be divinely orchestrated, because there's no way I could have planned this. Hello and welcome back. My name is Juditha and I am your mindset coach and dream life advocate. On this channel, we talk about all things mindset, from your goals to your dreams to your insecurities, all the things that matter when you're trying to create your dream life, because I'm doing the same thing. So trust me when I say that I get it. Today's topic is very clear. We're talking about God, how to trust God over your reality. And I'm going to break all of this down. So the first place I want to start is with your choices. First thing I want you to understand is that we are living on a plane of choice, right? And when I say a plane of choice, what I mean is your life, like everything about your reality, is built on the choices that you've made, right? Your reality is made up of the thoughts that you think, the identity that you choose to have, the person that you choose to show up as every day, the actions that you choose to take. Like, you have a choice in everything, and that is how you create your reality. That is how you are creating your reality, whether you love it or you don't. It's every little choice that you make every single day, every moment of the day, that is what's making up this thing that you call my life. Okay, so we are on the plane of choice. That's the first thing I want you to know. And when it comes to your choices, most of us make choices that are in alignment with a goal that we have, right? Something that we want to achieve, something that we want to see come true, right? The way that we want to feel. Usually our choices are based on outcomes that we want to have. And something else to understand about choices is that your choices influence your emotions, right? But also your emotions influence your choices. And what I mean by that is when you choose, let's say, for example, you want a job where you feel relaxed. You want a job that's not stressing you out. So you might choose to take one job over another job, because you know that this one job will help you feel more relaxed. Whereas this other job might require too much. It might be too intense. It might cause stress. Your choices can influence your emotions, because based on what you choose, that's how you're going to feel. But also your emotions influence your choices. An example of this would be when you feel upset, when someone makes you angry, and let's say like you automatically just hit them, you cuss them out, you yell at them, like that is your emotions making a choice for you. So choices and emotions go hand in hand. So when it comes to God, it is a choice to believe in God. It is a choice to have faith. It is a choice to believe in the unseen, to believe in a higher power. Like, this is a choice that you get to make. Remember, this is the plane of choice. And the choices that you make, ultimately, they are all in service to one goal, right? Which is to feel good, or to create something, or to do something, or to be something. So you have the choice to believe in God. So let's just start there. It's your choice whether you do or whether you don't. But the people that do, the reason that you choose to believe in God or a higher power is because it feels safe. It feels secure. You like the way that you feel when you know that there is something out there bigger than yourself. There is something out there that is watching out for you even when you aren't, right? Even when you think you are. There is something out there that knows what's best for you even when you think that you do. So those could be one of the reasons why you choose to believe in God. Either way, just know that it's a choice. Even if you were born into it, the fact that you wake up every day and you still believe in God, even though it was something that you were born into, it's a choice that you still get to make every day. Like, I'm going to believe in God. I'm going to believe in God. It's a daily choice. Let's talk about reality, because reality is going to be the biggest thing that you have to come up against when you're creating your dream life. Because in your heart, in your mind, you could be saying, I am abundant, I am rich, I am successful. But when you open your eyes and your reality isn't reflecting that, it's going to be easy to believe it. It's going to be easy to believe, like, no, I'm not abundant, I'm broke. Like, it's clear. When I check my bank account, I don't have as much money as I want, right? Or when you say, like, I want to make time to do these things, I have goals and I want to take consistent action on them, reality might tell you actually don't have time. Like, you work this amount of hours, and then after work you have to do these things, and you have to do that, and you have to take care of everybody else. Like, reality is going to be your biggest obstacle to tackle when you're creating your dream life, because in your heart you could believe one thing, but if reality is showing you another thing, guess what's going to be easier? Like, your brain isn't set up to function in the unknown. Your brain hates that. Your brain likes to predict what's going to happen next. Your brain likes knowing what you're going to do, right? And whether you love it or not, this is just how your brain is functioning. So your brain is going to cling to the facts of reality more than it's ready to believe in the unseen, right? More than it's ready to believe that there's a God above that can transcend everything that you see as a limitation right now. Like, that is just facts. That is just how your brain is working. So how do you come up against that? Like, if you have not built up the mental fortitude to know when to ignore your reality and when to entertain it, then it's going to be easy for you to quit when your brain tells you you should. It's going to be easy for you to stop trying when you hit an obstacle. It's going to be easy for you to believe that life will always be like this because it's been like this for the last 5 years. Why would I believe that anything would change? And I get it. I understand it. But here's the thing. No matter what you're going through, the key to manifesting is for you to be able to trust God more than you trust your reality, because the reality that you're in, mind you, your choices brought you here. Your every single choice that you made every day, the thoughts that you decided to think, the decisions that you've made, the person that you decided to be every day that you wake up is who created this reality. And God has never left. He's been there. However, this is your plane of choice. God is not going to interfere with your choices. He's always going to do what he can to get you back on track. There's going to be signs, right? There's going to be lessons. There's going to be experiences, but there's only so much that God can do. Like, he has his part and you for sure have yours. And your part, like I said, is to believe in God more than you trust in your reality, more than you're believing that what is always what will be. So your goal is to not contradict yourself by believing in God, believing in a higher power, but also believe in what's limiting you in your current reality. Like, do you see how that can be contradictory? You cannot believe that there is a God above working with you, working for you, but at the same time also believe that you can't have the things that you say you want, that you can't be the person that you say you want to be, that you can't be as abundant as your heart is calling you to be. Like, it just doesn't work that way. And here's the thing. You just have to be willing to go through the experiences, because God isn't going to give you the cake, but he will give you every ingredient you need to make the cake. And that's what life is. That's what experiences are. That's what your obstacles are. All the things that you think are limitations, those are the ingredients that are meant to make you into the person that you need to become to have every single thing that you say you want. So how are you going to do this? How are you going to choose God over your reality? The answer is very simple. You just have to choose to. You have to choose to believe in God more than you believe in your doubts. You have to choose to believe in God more than you believe in what's limiting you. You have to choose to believe that there is abundance available to you no matter what reality is showing you. Absolutely, you have to be delusional, okay? Just a little bit. But I'm not just going to leave you there. I have 3 tips of how you're actually going to choose it so that the choice to choose it every day just becomes easier and easier, right? And this is what I've done, and this is what's worked for me. And the first thing is your brain needs proof, right? That is how your brain works. The reason why it's so hard to believe in what could be while you're observing what is because your brain runs off of proof. It runs off of your 5 senses, what you can see, what you can hear, what you can feel, what you can touch, and I'm missing one, and what you can taste. So that is what your brain is running off of. Give your brain proof. And the best way to give your brain proof is to look back on your life. Use your memories and use your experiences. When you look back at your life, I don't know about you, but for me, when I look back, like, there are moments where I can see, like, there are things that were happening to me and in the moment it felt like the end of the world. And now that I have overcome them, now that they are behind me, I can look back and say, damn, I absolutely see why that had to happen. Like, I absolutely see why I had to lose those people. I absolutely see why I had to learn those lessons. I need you to dig really deep and find those moments in your life where that's true for you, where you can look back and you can say, damn, this had to be divinely orchestrated, because there's no way I could have planned this. There's no way that I could have known by releasing this person, that this is the person that I would have become, and this is the life that I would have created because I had to go through that, because I had to let that person go, right? So look back on your life and try to find that proof and give your brain that proof. Like, this is why we know that we can trust God over reality, because look at what he's done for me so far. Like, look at how far I've come. Look at what I've overcame. Look at the things that I thought I needed in my life, and when they were pulled away from me, look at how much better I am because of it. And even though in the moment I didn't think it was best for me, thank God there was something higher than me that knew better, right? Give your brain that proof that God has showed up for you before and he'll continue to do it. So that's the first thing. Look through your experiences, use your memory, and bring up and remind yourself, because our brains have no problem with reminding us of why we can't, why we shouldn't, the doubts, the fears. It has a harder time bringing up the possibilities, right? The accomplishments, the achievements, the good times. Because our brains are meant to keep us safe, it does not give a damn about our success. It's going to keep bringing you information that keeps you safe. So you have to remind yourself of the good, because the bad is very easily accessible. However, the good is accessible there too. It just takes a little bit more effort to uncover, and it's a practice, because if you keep consistently practicing and directing your brain to the positive, eventually it'll just be who you are, right? You'll just become that type of person, right? And that has to do with your brain rewiring and the neurons, and I'll get into that in another video. But just know that every time you practice focusing on the positive rather than the negative, you are literally rewiring and changing the structure of your brain to become that type of person, right? To think those type of thoughts instead. So know that, okay? The second thing that you should do to help you choose God over your reality is to learn as much as you can, gain more knowledge. And that's definitely one of the top things that I did. If you're religious, read the Bible. Whatever religion that resonates with you, read the Bible, read the text that goes along with it. For me, I'm not very religious. I have a lot of respect for the Bible, and I love the stories, and I can relate to them and pull a lot of meaning from them. So I feel like even if you're not religious, you can still read the Bible and get a lot from it. But something that I also love to do is just read about spirituality in general. I like to read about the laws of the universe, law of attraction, law of cause and effect, law of assumption, right? All of these things, because to me, just like the law of gravity, whether you understand these things or not, they still have an effect on you. They are still acting on you. So having an understanding of them just makes it even better. So that's one thing that I would recommend. Just learn as much as you can. Learn as much as you can about this universe, because when you learn and you see how magical it is, how mystical it is, how amazing it is, it starts to open up the door of possibilities in your brain. Like, damn, if that's possible, then of course this is possible for me, right? The law of attraction states that I attract whatever I embody. So that means if I embody something different, I can attract something different. So just having all this knowledge in your mental toolkit, it'll help you choose to believe in the unseen more than you believe in what's in front of you. So that's the second thing. The third thing is your brain needs experience. If you have a hard time finding instances in your life where it felt like there was something higher at work, then this is the time for you to experience. Your brain thrives on evidence. So there's no better time to give it evidence than right now. So give yourself a day. Say, just for today, I'm gonna believe that everything is working out for me. I'm gonna act as if I am that version of myself who already has everything. I'm gonna be delusional. Like, it doesn't matter what reality tells me today. Here's what I'm gonna act like. Here's how I'm gonna think. Here are the thoughts that I'm gonna choose to believe. And give yourself a day. And after you successfully do it for a day, do it for 2 days, and then do it for 3, and do it for 4. And if you are consistent enough, if you do this for 30 days, I promise you the evidence will show up. If you do it for 3 months, I can't even begin to explain the miracles that you will probably experience between now and then, that prove to you that God is actively working in your life, that prove to you that there are benefits to choosing God over choosing what reality is telling you, choosing to believe in the unseen over choosing to believe in what you are limited to seeing right in front of you. Okay? So those are the 3 things. Again, use your brain to find that evidence. Look at your past experiences. The second thing, give your brain knowledge, information. If you're religious, read some religious texts. If you're spiritual, read about spirituality, read about the universe. And the third thing was go out there and experience. Live your life as if everything is working out for you, and let the universe surprise and delight you, because that's what I've been doing, y'all. Like, I'm not just telling you things just to try them out. This is exactly what I've been doing, and I've experienced a lot of things, and I'll even tell you one story just to get you started. So years ago, when I was first getting into spirituality and learning about myself and learning about how, energy works and my thoughts and my beliefs and how I'm attracting the life that I want or repelling it based on what I'm thinking. So when I was learning all of that, I did exactly what I just told you to do. I told myself, you know what do I have to lose by believing that, I am abundant, even though I don't feel it, or, I can be or have or do anything that I want. I'm just going to believe these things because remember, like I said at the beginning, we all have choices, and our choices are based on how we want to feel. And I wanted to feel good. I wanted to feel free. I wanted to feel limitless. So I told myself, I'm going to choose to believe in these things. And I did that. I consistently, every day I woke up and I was just like, everything's working out for me. I did my routine. I meditated. I worked out. I just started to embody this different version of me. I was acting as if I was her. And one morning I woke up and I happened to check my bank account, because this is something that I would do all the time, because I had to do it. I had to make sure the money was in there before the bills hit. So I got onto my bank account, went to check my account, and there was a random deposit of some money there for a job I had not worked in years. Like, I literally had not worked that job in almost 4 years, and there was a random deposit of money. Now, did I call the job to find out what it was from, why they paid me? Absolutely not. I kept that money. So that is what I mean by let the universe surprise and delight you, because there's no way I could have predicted that would happen. Like, there's no way that I could have made that happen on my own. Like, I have no idea why that job paid me, and no one has ever called me about it till this day. It's been years now since that's happened, but that's just an instance in my life where I felt like God was like really showing me how accessible he was. So that's what I want to tell you. Like, when you start to change your mindset, you don't even have to be perfect at it. Just set the intention, and that is enough. Okay. And every day try your best to align your thoughts with the goal, align your actions with the goal, align your beliefs with the goal, and eventually it'll just become who you are. And before you know it, your reality will not have any control over you. You will believe in God. You will believe in a higher power and what's possible for you more than you believe in what reality is showing you. And ultimately, like, that's the goal. That's when you start manifesting things consistently. And something else that I want to note is that manifestation, like, that is a buzzword and it can mean a lot of things, but I want you to know that you are always manifesting, whether it's good or whether it's bad. Every decision that you've made today is what's manifesting tomorrow. Every decision that you make tomorrow is what's manifesting the next day. So you are always manifesting. It's not even something that you have to try. It's just a default. Remember, I told you there are just laws of the universe. They happen whether you are participating in them or not. Like gravity, you don't have a choice. You can't opt out. Okay, you're gonna stay on the ground no matter what. It's the same thing with manifestation. No matter what, you are always having thoughts. You're always having beliefs, and you're always taking actions. And as a result, you are manifesting a certain reality. That is how much in control you are of what is happening around you. Okay. So if nothing else, just remember, you get to choose. You get to choose how you want to live. You get to choose how you want to feel. You get to choose what you want to believe. And ultimately, the best thing that you can do is choose to believe that the God that you believe in has way more power than the reality that you are currently experiencing. Okay. So that is it for today's video. I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned. Let me know in the comments what was the most helpful part of this video, and make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys on the next one.